What's up, you guys? This is Radiance, and welcome back to my channel, Chasing SUnRaee. I'm here with episode 5 of SUnRaee CIY, where I teach you how to create some of my favorite pieces from my bathing suit line, SUnRaee Swimwear. For everyone who is new here, be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss out on any of the awesome and super free crochet tutorials. Today, we are making this super cute bodycon birthday party dress. I know y'all probably thinking like, how in the world are we gonna make a bodycon dress out of crochet and with no zipper? Well, don't worry, you're gonna learn today. This is an intermediate level pattern, but I think an advanced beginner can do it as well, as long as they don't, get a little frustrated and let it knock them off their game. So with that being said, let's get right into this. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up to let me know that you like it. As usual, you are going to need your handy dandy 3.5mm crochet hook. I love this hook because, it doesn't take long to work things up, but it doesn't give you a loose stitch either. Some measuring tape, and I know you guys don't let this get you discouraged. It is not hard, I promise. I promise. And lots of yarn. I used about 4 skeins of I Love This Cotton by Hobby Lobby, and we are just going to start off with our basic cup pattern. I am making, this is going to be a size small dress. I'm making a size small for the sake of this video. This pattern is super duper highly adjustable, you guys. Like, just because I'm making a size small does not mean that you can't watch this video and make a size that you need. But let me just go ahead and let you know I have a separate video on how to make the cups for this top, because I'm like almost always using the same cup pattern over and over. I felt like it'd be super repetitive to keep explaining to you guys over and over in every video how to make the cup pattern. So I just made a whole entire separate video for that. Also, if you guys follow me on Facebook and you seen the very original dress that I made this pattern for, you can see that the bra cups on this tutorial in the thumbnail is different from the bra cups on the original picture, and that it this one doesn't have the cutouts. The original has the cutouts. So I will also be teaching you guys how to do the cutout bra in the bra tutorial, the bra cup tutorial. So yeah, so you'll be able to get, either the full coverage, which I'm doing in this particular tutorial, or you can get the cutouts in which was in the original picture. You guys, please be sure to listen to all of the information that I am about to tell you. Do not skip over this part because it is very, very important. Yes, I'm about to give you some very, very good information. You are going to want to take your hip measurements, your waist measurements, and your hip to waist measurements. I will be sure to put a link in the description box to a video on how to take these measurements. You're going to need them. They are very, very, very important to get your dress exactly how you want it to fit. Do not fret, you guys. I know a lot of you guys are probably wanting to run away from this tutorial right now because I said something about getting measurements, because I know I remember being a beginner and thinking, oh my gosh, measurements, I'll never figure this out. Don't be discouraged. Keep watching. For a pretty good fit, you just really need your waist measurements for this, and your waist measurements from this. As long as you have your waist measurements and you follow along this pattern to a T, you should get a pretty tight fitting dress. But if you want it to fit perfectly, you need all 3 of those measurements, and you're going to also want to figure out your gauge. What I mean by gauge is the number of stitches per inch and per row, meaning how many inches to a stitch and how many rows to an inch. I'll post a video tutorial link in the description below for those of you guys who do not know how to figure out your stitch gauge. Again, if you can't figure these things out, even with the video tutorial, don't even worry about it. The only thing you really need to know is your waist measurement, and everything else will fall into place once you start making your dress. Of course, it won't be as good of a fit as it would be if you had your measurements perfectly, but it will definitely still make do. But yeah, here we are coming up on row 7 of the bra cup, which you should have, learned how to do anyways in the bra cup tutorial. So I'm just to give you a little history on how this dress even came about. For those of you guys who don't know, I have only been crocheting for 2 years. Yeah, I taught myself via YouTube, watching YouTube tutorials just like this. But yeah, I've only been crocheting for 2 years, so I've never actually made a dress. Well, up until like 2 months ago, when a customer commissioned me to make her birthday party dress. So I was a little nervous about doing this because, like a lot of you guys, when it just comes to the measurements and stuff, I'm just not here for it. That's a big part of me breaking out of my shell. I just kind of had like this mental block of trying to make body fitting pieces just because I knew the work that went into doing the measurements and figuring out the gauge and all of that. It was just very discouraging. And it was actually, I actually overthought it because it's not hard as I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, so she commissioned me to make her birthday dress. And this is actually the design that I came up with. I finally got over my mental block, I guess because money was involved. When people put a little cash behind you, it make you do things you wouldn't normally do. So yeah, I got commissioned to make this birthday party dress, and I just thought, I've got to figure it out. I took the order, and this is the dress that I came up with. I just finally just sat down and figured out, how to make a custom piece fit to your body. Basically worked out, I guess you could say, the techniques of it, because once you know what you're doing, it's not hard at all to figure out and put everything together. But yeah, that's how I came up with this piece. Though shout out to Tasia, she ordered this custom dress, and if it wasn't for her commissioning me this to do this piece, I probably wouldn't be the confident designer that I am today. And here we are coming up on the beginning of this tutorial. Now we're going to chain 2, and that does not count as anything. And you're going to place 2 double crochets in each double crochet edge all the way until you get to the center double crochet. Once you get to the middle, you are going to place 3 double crochets in the middle and then 2 in the rest. The reason why you're placing an extra double crochet in this section is because you need your number to be odd. You need your number of stitches to be odd, so whenever you do the mesh stitch on top of this, it's going to come out right. Because if you have an even number, it's not going to come out right. So make sure, yeah, it's odd number. It should be 29 as a matter of fact. You should have 29 stitches all together. And now, at the end of this, all you're going to do is chain up 2, turn your work, and place a double crochet in every stitch down. And that chain 2 does count as the first stitch of that row, and will for the rest of the project. So yeah, you're just going to crochet all the way down. And you guys, I'm changing colors in mine, but you definitely don't have to. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm changing colors. So next you're going to chain up 3, and the chain up 3 counts as the first double crochet in a chain 1. So that is your first stitch in a chain 1. You're going to turn your work. You're going to skip that next stitch and double crochet right into the stitch after that. Going to chain 1, skip the next stitch, going to the stitch after that, chain 1, skip the next stitch and go into the stitch after that, and just continue this pattern all the way down till you get to the very end of the row. Honestly, you guys, all the way up into this design, up until I made this design, I was very unsure of myself when it came to designing, you know, clothing and bathing suits, but this was really the pattern that took me out of that and, you know, made me feel more comfortable doing it. But yeah, here we are at the very end. You're just going to chain 3, turn your work, and put a double crochet in the next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, and continue all the way down until you get to the very last stitch. And the pattern pretty much is just that, you guys. You're going to do 2 rows of regular double crochet, then 2 rows of mesh stitch. You're going to do it for 5 rows. So here we are at the very end. And you're just going to place it right there in the chain 2 of the chain 3. Put that double crochet right in that chain 2. Of course, like I said earlier, I'm changing colors, so it's going to take me a little while. But now we're on the row back to regular double crochets. So again, the first chain 2 does count as a stitch, so you're just going to chain up 2, turn your work. I actually chained up 3. I made a mistake. I think I'm gonna take it out once I turn it around, but it's really supposed to be a chain up 2. Then you're gonna place another double crochet in that chain space, and just place 2 double crochets in each chain space all the way till you get to the very end. So again, 2 double crochets in each chain space. And here we are coming up to the very end of this. You're going to put 2, and then don't forget to add 1 right into that very last double crochet, which is a chain 2. Make sure you don't forget that, or your stitch count will be off. So now you're just going to chain 2 and then double crochet all the way down like regular. Here we are coming up on the next row, and we're back to doing the mesh. So what you're going to do is chain up 3, which is a double crochet, chain 1, skip that next stitch, and double crochet in the stitch after that. Then chain 1 more, skip the next stitch, and double crochet in the stitch after that. But yeah, for those of you who need to see it, here it is. That's your chain up 3, which is a double crochet, chain 1, skip that first one, double crochet right into that next, chain 1, skip the next one, double crochet in the next, chain up 1, and all the way down until you get to the very end. I hope I'm not moving too fast for you guys, but this is, like, you know, pretty simple, pretty basic. If you guys need any extra help, you know, feel free to hit me up on whatever social media platform you need to, or in the comments below. So here we are at the end of this, and now you're just going to chain up 3 again, which is again a double crochet, chain 1, and then double crochet right into that double crochet, the next double crochet, chain up 1, go into that next double crochet into that next one, chain up 1, and all the way down, continuing that pattern. till you get to the very end. And you guys, you can make this section as long as you need it to be, as long as it goes all the way down to your high waist. You want to make this to your high waist. But yep, here we are at the end of this. I'm just attaching. All you're going to do is chain up 2, which counts as that first double crochet. And again, I chained up too many, but I'm going to fix it when I turn my work. And you're just going to place another double crochet into that first chain space. Yep, place a double crochet in the first chain space and 2 into each of the next ones all the way down. Yeah, but like I said, you can make this as long or as short as you need it to be, so long as you end with double crochets and not a mesh stitch. So yeah, here we are coming up on the very end of this. And again, remember that you want to place a double crochet right in that very last double crochet stitch, which is a chain 2, so your stitch count won't be off. And now I'm just counting to make sure we're on the last one. Now we are going to chain up 2 and double crochet all the way down. And you are going to finish off, and you have the first cup section of the first part. And all you're going to do is make another one the exact same way, but on the second one you do not want to finish off. I repeat, you do not want to finish off. Go ahead and make your other cup and then come back up into this point, which we will be attaching both cups to each other. So yeah, when you see me come back on the screen, I will be showing you where I finished on the second cup. So yeah, this is the end of the first, and now we are on the second cup. And of course, on the second cup, you would not be finishing off. You would still just, have your working yarn, and you would just be chaining up 2. But I, of course, was changing colors, so mine looks a little weird. But yeah, this is the second cup. I'm just going to chain up 3. That counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. And you're going to turn your work and do the mesh stitch across as we have been doing throughout the entire project, which is just skipping that next double crochet and double crocheting in the stitch after that. See? Just skip that stitch and double crochet into the next stitch. Chain, let's see. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, double crochet in the stitch after that. Then chain 1, skip the next stitch, double crochet in the next chain after that. And you're just going to do that all the way down till you get to the last double crochet. And that's when we're going to attach. So yeah, here we are coming up on that last one. So place the last double crochet in that last stitch. And now we're just going to chain 5. We are going to put 5 chains in between the 2 cups. So yeah, I'm just going to chain up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I'm just going to grab the other cup, making sure that it's turned the right way. And I'm just going to place my first double crochet in that very first stitch right there. So yeah, just double crochet, chain. We're just going to continue the pattern on this side. See, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. I always get tongue-tied saying that. But yeah, chain up 1, skip the next stitch, double crochet in the next, chain 1, skip the next, and double crochet in the next, and all the way down. I kind of outran myself. And here we are at the very end of it. Just placing in that last one. Then once again, we are just going to chain up 3, double crochet, chain 1, that's what it counts for, and double crochet in that first double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in that next double crochet, and you're just going to do that all the way down as we have been doing. And then all you're going to want to do is finish off at the end of that. Now, before we get to this next part, I actually didn't get it on camera, but what you're going to want to do is measure out how long this is for you. Everybody should have the same amount, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how long the actual bra part is without adding on the extra length, but here is where our measurements are going to come in handy. Now in the video, I'm just now finishing off, but yeah, here's where the measurements are going to come in handy. You're going to need to know how many stitches make up an inch. So yeah, once you measured out how long the bra cup is, you need to figure out how many inches, how many stitches make up an inch. Okay, I know that 9 of my stitches make up an inch. I am making a size small dress. The waist of this dress is about 23. So because of the cotton, the yarn that we're using, it has a little bit of a give. When you wear it, it's going to stretch. So I usually take off 2 to 3 inches off my measurement. So if I measure my waist and my waist was a 23, we're going to take off 3 inches from that waist, which gives us 20. So I know that my bra, the bra length that it's at now before we add on the extra, is about 18. So I need to add on about 3 inches of length to get around 20, 21-ish length altogether. So if I know that 9 of my stitches make up an inch and I need to add on 3 inches, I need to add 1.5 inches to each set. So I added 15 extra stitches. I added 15 extra chains to each side of my bra. You guys, I really, really, really hope that makes sense. Like, I don't know if I explained it good enough, but I really, really hope that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense, you guys, please put in the comments below, Radiance, you are not making a lick of sense. I do not get it. I do not understand. Please break it down for me once again. Go back and, listen to this a couple of times and let it sink in a little bit, because I think I explained it. I think I explained it good enough, but if not, just drop a comment below and I will help you figure out how many inches that you need to add. But let me tell you guys, don't just use that as a freebie to just ask me. Please at least try to do it first before you guys ask for my help. Try it. I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. I figured it out and I hate math. So, try and figure this out and then add on how many, chains that you need to add on to each side of your bra. Again, if you are making a small like me, you need to add about 15 to 17, 18 more inches on the side, depending on your gauge though. But yeah, I added 15 to each side. If you're wondering, exactly what I'm doing, you want to follow mine to make a size small, that's what I did. And this is just a random picture from last year's photo shoot, if you guys are wondering, because yeah, I needed to explain this. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. When I come back, we are going to be looking at, what it looks like once I added it, the length to each side. So this is what it looks like. See, I added it to each corner. That's just 15 chains, which will be 15 stitches once we get to the skirt part. And there you go, 15 on the other side. And that's what it should look like. Just add it, adding the length. And mine is measured to about 20 inches across. Mind you guys, these things stretch. They stretch. So yeah, and we will be continuing to part 2 to finish off this dress and to do the biggest part of it, the skirt. Thanks for watching.